Guess I can use this to sync it up, I guess. Oh, what's that? What's that? Your Harley Quinn. Oh, that's really spooky. Nice one. I mean, you know what? Yeah, I'll allow that one. I guess it's a bit of a stretch, but I'll accept it. Oh, you're a Disney princess. Oh, what's that? What's that? You're a Disney princess. Oh, that's really spooky. You're a sexy nun. Okay, good. Obviously. You're the Irish flag. You're an eggplant! Oh, thanks for turning up. My party's ruined. You're a... Oh my god! Just... don't turn... Just... Yeah, no, I'm not gonna let you in if you come up looking like that. Like, oh my... You know, I'm not gonna let you in if you turn up looking like that. It's a Halloween party. What are you doing? Oh my... Sexy Halloween costumes. It's not... Oh my... Dresses... Fucking... Dress as Squidward or something. That's it. Oh my god, I am pissing myself off looking at this. Oh my god, I'm legitimately pissing myself off looking at these. Oh my god. I am legitimately pissing myself. This is pissing me off, like, legitimately. Why would you... Oh, don't dress like that for a Halloween party. Why would you... Oh my god, it's legitimately starting to piss me off. This is legitimately pissing me off. Don't dress like that. Okay, you know what, that is actually starting to piss me off a little bit. That is... I don't understand where pirates come into the equation. Pirates and Halloween? Like, I get it. Oh, no, I get it. No, I don't even get, like... Why a pirate? Why a pirate? I don't understand the connection between Halloween and pirate. Why a pirate? Why a pirate? I don't understand the connection. Why a pirate? I don't understand the connection between Halloween and pirate. No, I mean, I get it. It's a costume that allows the, you know, a push-up bra kind of thing. I get it. That's as far as the idea goes. But at a Halloween party, why? Here's a tip. Here's a tip. Here's a tip. Yeah, you know what? Here's a tip. If you dress for a Halloween party in the same way that you dress to a funeral, maybe just don't bother turning up at all, you know? Stay at home. Unless you're the host, in which case, leave. Leave the party to someone else to sort out. Why are you hosting Halloween? I mean, why are you hosting Halloween? I mean, why are you even hosting? Why host a Halloween party and why host a Halloween party? Why even host a Halloween party in the first place if that's how you're gonna dress? What precedent does that set for your fucking handsy... I'm not gonna swear. Christian channel. Why are you hosting a Halloween party if the only costume you have is a suit? I mean, why even host a Halloween party if the only costume you have is a suit? What precedent does that set for your fancy dress party? You're an arsehole! Piss off! You're an arsehole! You're an arsehole. I mean, at least you're not a pirate, but you're an arsehole. You're an arsehole. I mean, at least you're not a pirate or a crayon, but you're an arsehole. God, you're an arsehole. I mean, God, you're an arsehole. I mean, at least you're not a pirate or a crayon. At least there's that. You're an arsehole. I mean, at least you're not a pirate or a crayon. At least there's that. I mean, that's a pretty low bar to set, but you're still an arsehole. If you come into my party... You know what? If you come into my party, don't wear a suit, because that's lazy. Don't dress up sexy, because it ain't that kind of party, yeah, arsehole. You know what? I'm starting to see why I'm not really... You know what? I think I've... You know what? I think... Actually, no... You know, I think I've kind of figured out why I'm not really invited to Halloween parties that often. Yeah, you know what? I think I've actually kind of figured out why I'm not invited to Halloween parties. Oh, is this why I'm not invited to Halloween parties that often? You know what? Oh, god damn, you know what? Oh, you know what? Maybe this is why I'm not... Oh. You know what? You know what? You know what? This might be exactly why. You know what? This might be the exact reason that I'm not invited to Halloween parties that often. Oh, is this why I'm not invited to Halloween parties that often? Because I'm an elitist. And a... Oh, is it... Oh, you know what? This might be why... Oh, you know what? This might... Oh, you know what? This might actually be why I'm not invited to Halloween parties that often. Because I'm a bit of a pompous elitist. That, you know what? That would actually explain it. Oh, wait. Okay, so according to Wikipedia, parties are all about fun, I guess, dressing up however you want, and I guess I'm a bit of a pompous, elitist arsehole. Maybe that's why I'm not invited to parties that often. Oh well. You know what, this might be... Oh, is this... You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to see why I'm not invited to Halloween parties that often, to be honest. I'm a bit of a... I'm a bit... Okay, I guess I'm good. Oh, no, yeah, that's still good, isn't it? I don't know. Do 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 do.
Hello, I'm Mike, and welcome to the Nerd Crew. We were just recently ranked number 8,967th for your online source for movie trailer reaction videos.
I'm Jay, and even though I was on Screen Junkies once, I guarantee I am not a dirtbag.
And I'm Rich Evans, and I'm borderline elderly and balding, it's not beneath me to film myself reacting to movie trailers online.
Oh, Rich, give yourself a little more credit. Your YouTube fast food review channel is quite popular and very informative.
I have here the Hardee's 2/3 Monster. It's got mayo, bacon, and cheese. All right, let's try this. It's good. It's got a good taste. The taste is
Good.
good.
Knew it.
I'd
Yes.
get it again. So, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Well, gentlemen, today's the day we've been waiting for since the last Star Wars trailer came out. It's the day that the next Star Wars trailer came out.
That's right, Mike. With the first Last Jedi trailer, we got very little information. And I'm happy to report that with this new Last Jedi trailer, we got very little information.
So little information. And you know what? I don't want information. I just want to see the movie.
I'm going to see the film regardless.
Yeah.
I'm going to see the film. I'm going to see Star Wars because it's Star Wars. It says Star Wars on it. I'm going to see it.
Well, that's the most important thing, Star Wars. Now, a lot of you are going to say, why bother analyzing a trailer so much? You know, the movie's just going to be about lightsaber fights, a giant space battle, and something about destiny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was going to be a but at the end of that.
No, that was it.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very
Star
cool.
Wars.
It's back again, everybody. It's back again until it's gone, and then it's back again.
It's back again, and it's completely different and revolutionary. Yet at the same time, it's all of the things you expect, exactly as you expect them.
Well, Rich, it's funny you brought up the trailer, because that's why we're here today, everybody. We're here to talk about the Star Wars trailer for The Last Jedi. And it's very exciting news. The trailer came out Monday during football. I don't know why it came out during football. I don't imagine a lot of Star Wars fans watch football, but maybe they do now because Star Wars is transformative. I see so many brainless jocks wearing Star Wars t-shirts now because it's popular again. And to me, that's very cool. That's very cool. It means morons can enjoy entertainment that's now made for morons. And really that it's very welcoming. It's very welcoming. It's very diverse. But we took a look at the trailer. We usually don't do trailer reaction videos.
Except for when we do.
Except for when we do, and this time I thought it was warranted because literally there's nothing going on in this trailer, and I really wanted to catch our genuine reactions to that.
Well, speaking of trailer reactions, as everyone knows, we did get burned with our last attempt.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Stop calling me Ben.
Don't call him Ben.
Yes!
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 Well, Mike, I'm 80% sure that this time it's real.
So each of us, one at a time, went
80% sure that this time it's real.
So each of us, one at a time, went into a production office at our corporate headquarters and watched the new Star Wars trailer. We, of course, filmed our reactions. Let's take a look at it now.
Looks like Kylo Ren. But where is he? Where is he? First Order?
Oh, wow.
New AT-AT design. Very cool. Kylo Ren.
Stormtroopers.
No, wait. Snowtroopers. I see Kylo Ren. I see Kylo Ren. There he is. His lightsaber.
Something truly special.
Rey is holding a
lightsaber.
I like lightsabers.
Very cool.
Lucasfilm.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Gotta clap
for it.
Gotta clap for it.
That's the island
Ray
Ray
on. Luke's robot hand. She's
She's handing his old lightsaber.
Chills.
Jedi training sequence.
I see Jedi books. He's going to learn things. He's going to train her. He's going to train her just like Yoda trained him.
Wow.
So different. Lucas realizing how powerful she is.
But these guys are fucking great. These guys are fucking phenomenal. I fucking love Red Letter Media. They're so good. Does this look like the kind of kid that could handle a scary... what I came to love about Halloween was, well, pretty much every other aspect. Love about Halloween was... what I came to love about Halloween was, well, pretty much every other aspect. Because it really isn't. What I came to love about Halloween was, well, pretty much every other aspect. Never actually owned or played physically, but my tricks. The Matrix. Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network on an emulator felt like cheating the Matrix. A game I've never actually owned or Zombies Ain't My... Games like Muppets Monster Adventure or Gregory Horror Show or Zombies Ain't My Neighbors. A game I've never actually owned or played. Neighbors. A game that I've never Games like Muppets Monster Adventure or Gregory Horror Show. Games like Muppets Monster Adventure or Gregory Horror Show or Zombies Ain't My Neighbors. A game I've never actually... Neighbors. A game I've never actually owned or played physically, but my brother used to have it on an emulator on his PC, which back then felt like cheating. Pretty much aspect. Games like Muppets Monster Adventure or Games like Muppets Monster Adventure or whether it was The Odd Parents, SpongeBob, Halloween specials. I always used to love the Halloween specials that would play on Cartoon Network. I always liked the Halloween specials that would play on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. I always liked the Halloween specials that would play on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, whether it's a Halloween-themed episode of Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, Rugrats, or it's an entire show like Our Real Monsters, or a TV movie like Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island or Halloween Town, if anyone else remembers that. Matrix. I always liked the Halloween specials that they would play on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, whether it's a Halloween-themed episode of Fairly Odd Parents. Really ever scared me necessarily. These things really ever scared me necessarily, but I always loved the style of them, just so creepy and cool and fun. The scary, spooky, or atmosphere. None of these things really ever scared me necessarily, but I love the style of them, just so creepy. None of these things really ever scared me necessarily, but I always loved the style of them, just so creepy and cool and fun. And I'm working on my own little Halloween special, which I'm really bloody proud of. None of these things really ever scared me necessarily, but I always loved none of these things really ever scared me necessarily, but I always loved the style of them. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the atmosphere of it all. I always loved the atmosphere of word for it really, just I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the atmosphere of it all. I always loved the atmosphere of Halloween, whether it was in Mad Monster Mansion in Banjo-Kazooie, the bloody soundtrack in Muppets Monster Adventure that is now etched into my mind forever at this point. The amazingly 90s weather-worn covers of the Goosebumps books that I own. A fly, because it was getting in the fucking way. Nightmare-inducing. It was always the creepy I was drawn to, never the downright nightmare-inducing. Drawn to, never the downright. It was always the creepy that I was drawn to, never the creepy that I was drawn to, never the downright nightmare-inducing. That sounded good. That was a good take. That was good.
The worn covers of the Goosebumps books that I own. It was always the creepy that I was drawn to, never the right nightmare-inducing. Ever at this point, the amazingly 90s weather-worn covers of Goosebumps books that I own. It was always fear of it all. I always loved the fear of it all. I always loved the atmosphere. A haunted house. I think when it comes right down to it, that's cool and fun. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just fun. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the atmosphere of it all. I always loved the atmosphere of Halloween, whether it was in Mad Monster Mansion I always loved the style of them, just so creepy and cool and fun. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the atmosphere of it all. I always loved the atmosphere of Halloween, whether it was in Mad Monster Mansion. I always loved the atmosphere of... I think when it organ music, the colours and the the scary, spooky organ music, the colours and the atmosphere used to depict a graveyard or a tomb or a haunted... used to depict a graveyard or a tomb or a haunted house. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the music, creepy and cool and fun. The scary, spooky organ music, the colours and the atmosphere. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the or a haunted house. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word for it really, just the atmosphere of it all. I always loved the atmosphere of Halloween, whether it was in Mad Monster Mansion in Banjo-Kazooie, the bloody soundtrack and... Anything that actually scared me, anything that actually scared me, no, thank you. Anything that might actually scare me, no, thank you. Anything that actually scared me, no, thank you. Anything that actually scared me? No, thank you. Called Attack of the Planet Snatchers. Love it! But the way this music sounds, oh my god, it's so Halloweeny. But the way this music sounds... Thank you. But the way this music sounds... Sounds... Oh my god, it's so Halloween. It's so spooky and Halloweeny. I love it. How could you not love it? Simply, I don't know. I go. All right, one. It's so simply put, if it includes a graveyard, if it includes a graveyard, some fog, a scary tree, maybe a pumpkin or two, I'm all about it. There we go. That's good. Fucking let's. Yeah, well we're
that is good. That is really good. So yeah, there you go.
Love it. Simply put, if it includes a graveyard, some fog, a scary tree. Maybe a pumpkin or two. I'm all about it. alright, so despite the fact that it's hurt my throat, but it yielded good results. About that, there's way more to Halloween. But I've gone on enough about that. There's way more to Halloween than just the atmosphere of spooky things. You can experience that. But I've gone on enough about that. There's way more to Halloween than just the atmosphere of spooky things. But I've gone on enough about that. I think when it comes right down to it, that's the word, which unfortunately will never be made, so...
Try this. 1, 2, take 2. Try it. I don't know. Might be better. It might work better. Na, 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 na. Na, na, na. Na, 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 na. Might work better, yeah.
Alright, do some more. Enough about that. There's way more to Halloween than just the atmosphere of spooky. But
Yes.
I've gone on enough about that. There's way more to Halloween than just the atmosphere of spooky things. All about it. But I've gone on enough about that. There's
Yes!
way.
This sounds good.
But I've gone on enough about that. But I've gone on enough about that. There's way more to Halloween than just the atmosphere of spooky things. I mean, you can experience that any day of the year. I mean, you can experience that any day. But as a kid, I mean, you can experience that any day of the year.
There's a bit of a slur to my voice, but you know what?
I mean, you can experience that things. I mean, you can experience that any day of the year. As a kid, the entire thing, it was a bloody ritual to me. Day of the year. But as a kid, the entire thing, it was a bloody ritual. Like, the Halloween aisles in supermarkets were always amazing to explore. The Halloween aisles in supermarkets were always amazing to... Like, for example, the Halloween aisles in supermarkets were always... rations they'd stock at, you know, Asda or worse. Most horrible latex masks. Aisles on Halloween in supermarkets, they were... like, oh my god, the aisles on Halloween, like in supermarkets, they were amazing to explore. For example, like the aisles on Halloween, like supermarket aisles, they were amazing to explore. To me, like the aisles on Halloween, like supermarket aisles, they were amazing to explore. Supermarkets were always amazing to explore. With that horrible texture that I'd... just the most horrible latex masks with that horrible texture that I'd hurt when taking it off, and a plastic axe that made sci-fi ray gun sounds for some reason. Didn't make any sense, but I loved it.
You could hear...
No, it's just the most horrible latex... Just the worst, you know, Asda or Co-op. I mean, you know, half the Halloween decorations they'd stock at, you know, Asda or Co-op were always really, really tacky. Just the most horrible latex masks with that horrible texture that I'd hurt when taking it off, and a plastic axe that made sci-fi ray gun sounds for some reason. Didn't make any sense, but I loved it.
Yeah, oh, you can hear it in my voice. You can hear it in my fucking voice.
Explore. I mean, you know, half the Halloween decorations on Halloween, like in supermarkets, like aisles in supermarkets. I mean, you know, decorations they'd stock at, you know, half the Halloween decorations they'd stock at, you know, Asda or Co-op were just really, really tacky. Just the worst latex masks with that horrible texture that hurt your hair when taking it off, and a plastic axe that made sci-fi ray gun sounds for some reason. Didn't make any sense at all, but man, I loved it. I mean, yeah, half the Halloween decorations I mean, you know, half the Halloween decorations they'd stock at, you know, Asda. Just the most horrible latex mask. I mean, you know, half the Halloween decorations they'd stock at, you know, cheaply made latex masks of that horrible tech. It was really tacky, like I said, but I love the tackiness. I love the face paint that didn't really work. I love the stupid, spooky woo music that they'd play for that aisle only. I loved all of it.
Oh my god, this is turning out fucking amazingly. This is great.
Loved it. It was really tacky, like I said, but I love the tack a little bit. I mean, I don't do it anymore. I mean, I still... Goddamn. Also, oh my goddamn, I loved trick-or-treating. I mean, I still do, a little bit. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but it still kind of hurts that I'm too old for it now. I mean, I still do, really. I mean, I don't do it, unfortunately. I mean, I wish I could still trick-or-treat, but I think it would look kind of weird if a 22-year-old was out trick-or-treating with a bunch of kids, so I don't do it, but it still hurts that I can't. I mean, I still do, in a way. I mean, I don't do it anymore. I mean, it still hurts that I'm too old for it now. I mean, I still do. To do it today, I would still love it just as much. And honestly, if I were to do it today, I would still love it just as much. It still hurts that I can't do it anymore, like I'm way too old for it now. I really am at that age where it is a bit too... It's a bit, you know, disconcerting to see a 22-year-old trick-or-treating, but... And I mean, I still do. I mean, not that I do it. I wish I could. I still do. Nor should I, really. I'm probably going to edit that out. Still do. I mean, I still do, to be honest. I mean, not that I do it. I still would, is what I mean. It does still hurt that I'm too old for it now. And I don't think I've ever admitted that out loud. Nor should I, really. I'm probably going to edit that out.
Yes! Brilliant. That's a great take.
Work. I love the stupid, spooky... music that they'd play for that aisle. All of it. Also, oh my goddamn, I loved trick-or-treating. I mean, I still do. To be honest. Honest, I mean, not that I do it. I still would, is what I mean. It does still hurt that I'm too old for it now. And I don't think I've ever admitted that loud.
Not sure.
Also, oh my... I mean, I still do, in a way. I mean, not that I do it again, because I'm 22. I eat too much of that anyway. And it isn't even like getting candy or chocolate. I mean, I can never eat too much of that anyway. Even like getting candy. It isn't even like getting candy or chocolate. I mean, I can never eat too much of that anyway. That out. And it isn't... Really? I'm probably going to edit that out. And it isn't even like getting candy or chocolate. I can never eat too much of that. Maybe it's just the way I used... Maybe it's just the way I used to look at it as a kid, and maybe without my rose-tinted glasses, maybe it isn't really this cool. But the idea of there being one night of the year where the kids rule the streets, you know? Like, it's just such a cool idea. Fucking phone, I finally did a good take of that. Of there being, but the idea of there being one night of the year where the kids rule the streets, you know? Like, it's such a cool idea. But the idea of there being one night of the year where the kids rule the streets, you know? Everyone from school's streets, you know? Everyone's out the house. I mean, of course, nowadays, everyone's out the house, dressed as a spooky monster, roaming the streets for candy and chocolate. Oh, that's scary. Everyone's out the house, dressed as a spooky monster. Everyone's out the house, dressed as a spooky monster, roaming the streets for candy and chocolate. Everyone's out the streets, you know? I mean, of course, nowadays, as a 22-year-old, that sounds like a weird thing to say. I'm not saying I like seeing kids roaming the streets as a 22-year-old. Don't try to, tarnish the point that I'm making that way. Obviously, I'm not talking... Of course, it sounds creepy when I put it that... when I put it that way. But the idea of there being one night of the year where the kids rule the streets, you know? And maybe without my rose-tinted glasses, maybe really this cool. But the idea of there being one night of the year where the kids rule the streets, you know? Like, it's such a cool idea. Such a cool idea. Wait, obviously, I'm talking from the point of view of a kid. Yeah, I mean, of course it sounds. Yeah, I mean, of course it sounds creepy when I put it that way. Obviously, I'm talking from the point of view of a kid. I'm not saying as a 22-year-old I love seeing kids roam the streets. That's not what I'm trying. Don't tarnish the point I'm trying to make here. It's bloody magical. Sense is, it's magical. As a kid, obviously, seeing nothing but other kids own the night in a sense is, it's magical. Trick-or-treat is annoying. Again, as a kid, now again, like I said, as a kid it's magical. As an adult, it's really bloody annoying because all I want to do is watch a film, but trick-or-treating kids keep knocking on the door, even though I put a sign on the door saying that we've got no candy. I mean, we do have candy, but I'm eating it all to myself. I'm not giving it to you because I want all the candy for myself because I'm trying to watch a film. Stop knocking on the bloody door!
That's good.
Now again, like I said, as a kid it's magical. Stop knocking on the bloody door! I can't... Again, magical as a kid... Now again, magical as a kid, annoying as shit as an adult because all I want to do is watch a film, but you trick-or-treat. Now again, like I said, as it is, it's magical. Now again, like I said, as a kid, it's magical. Now again, like I said, as a kid, it's magical. As an adult, it's really bloody annoying because all I want to do is watch a film, but trick-or-treating kids on the this cool. But the idea of there being one night of... Don't tarnish the point I'm trying to make here. As a kid, obviously, seeing nothing but other kids. Too much of that anyway. Maybe it's just the way I used to look at it anyway. Maybe it's just the way I used to look at it as a... And again, I can't stress it. I mean, I do have candy, but you don't know that. I mean it all for myself because I'm trying to watch a film. Stop knocking on the door. I don't want to pause it. Nowadays I'd probably be just as sentimental and teary-eyed or... actually, and B, at this point, nowadays I'd probably be just as sentimental and teary-eyed talking about going to, more adult affairs like Halloween parties, for example. But A, I've not really been invited to many, actually, and B, at this point I'd want to funnel my knocking on the bloody door. Nowadays I'd knocking on the bloody door. Nowadays I'd knocking on the bloody door. Knocking on the bloody door. Nowadays I'd probably 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 be just as sentimental and teary-eyed talking about going to a, more can't handle my own passion for this bloody holiday. Either I go big or I go home, and because I'm never invited to parties, I always go home. But I've not really been invited to many, actually, and B, at this point I'd want to funnel my love for Halloween into a seriously outlandishly crazy costume to the point where I kind of just can't really be bothered. In other words, I can't handle bothered. In other words, I can't handle my own passion for this bloody holiday. Either I go big or I go home, and because I'm never invited to parties, I always go home. For example, but I've not really been invited to many, actually, and B, I tell you though, really, if I ever had the opportunity, I would I tell you though, really, bloody kill as the host of a Halloween party. The opportunity, I would bloody kill as the host of a Halloween party. I tell you though, seriously, if I ever had the opportunity, I would bloody kill as the host of a Halloween party. I tell you though, Halloween party. I tell you though, always go home. I tell you though, seriously, if I ever had the opportunity, I would bloody kill as the host of a Halloween party. I tell you though, seriously, if I ever had the opportunity to host a Halloween party, I would bloody kill it, no doubt. Would bloody kill it as the host of a Halloween party. Halloween music, obviously, I'd get a fog machine, I'd get some decorations, some spooky Halloween music, obviously, party songs like Monster Mash. I won't play the score to Psycho or anything. Well, maybe, actually, that's not a bad idea. Halloween party. I'd get a fog Halloween party. I'd get a fog machine. I'd get some decorations, some spooky Halloween. Obviously, I'd get a fog machine. Thing like that. Well, maybe actually, that's not a bad idea. Decorations of that genre, I guess. Not only that.
I'm still recording. God damn.